I'm Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com with you here Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks. Here for today's action, so make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. We want you guys live with us so you get the best numbers from these picks that our experts give you here on our show, Game Day Picks. A couple of things to let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab to get signed up. Also, love to hear from you guys. So post your picks in the comments below. And also, let you know about our podcast. Every pick in podcast form, every show in podcast form. Those of you that are driving, commuting, you can listen to our podcast on all major platforms. Just search Tony'sPicks.com in your favorite platform. And don't forget our website, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links you see here for the top cappers. Get signed up for some of our long-term passes. You'll see latest premium picks here from our cappers for today. Our featured plays there in the center. Also, our best bets are in there. Find our best bets today. Each capper can release one best bet per sport per day. Mindy has a couple up there. I got a couple up there. The Morning Steam team in with one as well. We'll scroll down and see Brandon with a couple. We've also got Paul with a couple up there, Tiffany with some. So check them out if you would. And also want to make note of our $15 premium pick. Each capper can release one pick from their card as a $15 premium pick just to introduce their service to new and existing customers. And many want to make a very good impression. You see the best bet there on many of these $15 picks. So go ahead and get signed up for one of those. And of course, our 3-packs, which are very good value there, bundled together, 3 packs up there, get signed up. Of course, all profit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. That's on the stuff you see in orange. The longer term passes are not because they're sold already at a discount. Again, a la carte, if you like to purchase picks by individual games, you can purchase a la carte off our pick ticker. Here, as you can see, a lot of our cappers in action heavily today onto this big card today, college basketball and more. You can even load more if you need to see more. So there you go there with our pick ticker. All right, let's get this one underway. With us today on the show, we got Ramon Scott and Mindy Han. All right, let's get it underway here with Game Day Picks. Let's welcome in Mindy Han. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Been a good run here in NHL. Let's bring her in right now. I think we're ready to roll with Mindy. Mindy, what's happening?
Not much today. Enjoying watching some, morning basketball.
Yeah, a lot of morning basketball here. They started off already here on major networks with games. So, yep, lots of excitement tonight. We're looking one tonight here on ESPN2 tonight as St. John's here to face Syracuse. So St. John's is favored. It's not plus 3.5. Usually St. John's is usually the underdog in games, but for this year their team seems to be pretty good. They're minus 3.5. The total sits here at 154.5.
Yeah, so you have Syracuse here, winners of the last 3 of 5 with wins over Richmond, and then an 11-point loss to Duke. Then you have St. John's 5-0 this season. Like you had talked about, they're getting to be a favorite this year with wins over Temple and Nebraska. Syracuse has a really good senior guard in Gerard, and also a nice freshman guard with Mintz. They, definitely average, well over 15 points a game. So they do have this really, really nice backcourt. But the question is that going to be enough scoring here to stop this Red Storm? The Red Storm, they are slow starters in both of, Monday's game and then that one versus Nebraska. They had just absolutely terrible first halves, like being down by double digits. It was like, 13 and I think 20, something like that. But they have a really nice senior center, Joel Soriano. He's going to be really tough for these guys to stop. Syracuse is not quite as tall, and he puts up a double-double every time here, with points and boards in the paint there. The Orange have that nice backcourt, like I said, but they don't really match up underneath, So if I take a look at St. John's, they also only allow their opponents to shoot 29% from the 3. So I don't know if this is going to minimize that backcourt there as well. St. John's, we know, is tested because they've been able to come back from being down. And then their bench is just so deep. St. John's, they're also 3rd at adjusted tempo, while Syracuse, they really like to play slow. They're ranked 280th. St. John's here, also 40th on offensive efficiency, 44th defensive efficiency, while Syracuse is 35th offensively, like we talked about with the nice shooters there in the back. They are 95th in defensive efficiency. St. John's has also won the last 3 meetings in this one. So I really like St. John's. The Red Storm -3 today here in this one, or 3.5, I guess.
Yeah, I moved up to 3.5. It ticked up. It was around 3.5. But the money is coming definitely here on Syracuse, and of course, I'm sorry, on St. John's, and you can understand why how that start they've been off to. Yeah, they did get the win here. Syracuse needed that overtime to get past Richmond in that one, and they had to. One thing with the Syracuse team is they're shooting well. Usually, that's something that they've had their issues with last year, and this year they were shooting well. It was the defense last year that was really terrible, but we'll see how they perform. Boeheim wanted more block shots. They're actually top in college basketball in block shots. Collectively, they're a big team. Collectively, they are. And of course, that's what he looks for, right? With that 3-2 zone is that length, and we'll see if St. John's can get those 3-point shots over these guards here for Syracuse. And of course, as you mentioned, that they've got St. John's has been strong hitting the ball well. Although they didn't hit this game is played in the NBA arena, right? So the threes were not falling for St. John's yesterday.
Yeah, I think they were, 25, 29%.
Yeah.
They haven't been, shooting well from three, but it's one of those, like, they go in spurts, right? So first halves, they've been shooting terrible, but then they'll shoot 29% in the first half and then go out and shoot 55% in the second. So they haven't been really consistent. But because of this pace, like I talked about, 14 seconds, per possession, they've really been able to pull that off. But you also have to be, you have to be fast you have to also be good shooters while playing fast, or otherwise that's a disadvantage, as well. But I take a look at, because of that pace, and I'm not sure Syracuse can keep up. Syracuse only has 3 guys. It's like Gerard, Mintz, Edwards, the ones that are over, 10 points. But if you take a look at, St. John's here, they got 5 guys that score in double digits. So they really have that deeper, bench. And Curbelo has actually been the one that's the lesser, only scoring around 10 when he was with Illinois, right? He was scoring, a lot more. So it just might be a little bit more in transition to get him going. But I like that deep bench here for St. John's as well.
Yeah, back-to-back should be interesting to see how they defend the ball. That's what Syracuse is going to have to do, because opponents take 19.4 seconds to shoot, which is one near the tops in the country. So they do sit up well and force their opponents to really play slow offensively. So it's going to be interesting. Something's going to give here. So it should be a really interesting battle here. Mindy here, St. John's laying 3.5 against Syracuse. This one will have a start time here of 9:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. We see your results here in the NHL. Coming off a monster day yesterday, 585 minutes of profit. Mindy really seeing it really well right now. Lots of college hoops up there. Probably there's still a lot of college basketball still to be played here on this card today. We just barely just started it. Maybe another 90% of the game still out there. 40 plus still on the board. Of course, the NBA a little tricky today with 4 games up there. A few from the NHL. We got some action. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yes, I thought the NBA was extremely tricky today. Decided to just be out today. I'm just going to be a spectator. Went over some picks on the morning steam, some of my leans there. But as for Maction, I don't think I'm going to be in there, but I'm real heavy today in college basketball. I'm off to a really good start, 4-0 to start the day, so pretty happy. So with that, I went ahead and put a 7-pack together for you, starting at like 6 o'clock. You can get a 7-pack of plays there. Or if you missed those and you already have a card set, I went ahead and put together a 3-pack for you for the late game starting at 8 o'clock. So those are ones that if you're already done with your schedule, come back and see me at Tony'sPicks.com and pick up that 3-pack over there for the late evening picks. I know sometimes that's a lot of fun, that after you've played your games and maybe you're doing better than expected, to go out and get some more. Also been pretty hot here in the NHL, of course, on 18-6 run for the week. I had a nice 7-0 day, I believe, on Saturday, and then went 4-0 again yesterday. So really seeing it well on the ice. So I do have 2 picks today, but I went ahead and just put one in there as a best bet. So you can pick that up for only $15. That way we can get on the board again with another nice NHL pick. So yeah, it's a great time up on those leaderboards, feeling pretty good with my handicapping right now. So it's a good time to get me here on a longer term pass. How about try a 7-day or a 30-day? Or if you're just into hockey this season, you can finish out the season with me there with just a hockey pass as well. But make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout to get those picks. But it's a good time to get with a hot handicapper, as everyone knows. So get over to Tony'sPicks.com right now. Don't wait.
Don't wait. Yeah, Mindy off to a flying start here for today already. 3-0. She was in action with these early games. Western Kentucky laying the points, covering here. Bucknell plus the one covering. These are these early games. 11 a.m. Eastern, noon Eastern time. Another noon Eastern time came in with Sam Houston here with the monster blowout against Northern Illinois. So Mindy already off to a 3-0 start today here on Game Day Picks already here. So already ready to fire here in the afternoon session. So get on board here with Mindy right now over at Tony'sPicks.com. She has been on fire right now. She has actually, we'll go back to the top here. She's got her late night, the start she's under right now. You got to get that late night college basketball card now. That 3-pack is up there. You see how hot Mindy's been right now in hockey. She's in play right now with a best bet here as well. Actually, she's in action here with the best bet in college basketball as well. So late night action here with a college basketball 3-pack, a late night here from college hoops as well. And then we get into the 7-pack here from college basketball. A night play, a best bet here tonight from the NHL. Smaller card from the NHL tonight, but she's in action here with a best bet at $15. So you pick the package yourself, just get on board. But actually, best bet to do is here we are on a Tuesday. And this is the busiest week of the fall, no doubt about that with sports. So you might want to consider that 7-day. You definitely want to consider that 7-day all sports pass, that weekly all sports pass. What you do is you get all of Mindy's premium plays here for 7 days, and that include all of her NHL. It would include all of her college basketball, her NBA as well. So she's been cranking it here in NHL as well. So you want to get on board there with that 7-day all sports pass. So good time to get on board with Mindy. She's been doing great. And of course, we'll save you some money here when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can save 20% off that weekly all sports pass from Mindy. It amounts to about, let's see, doing the math here, going to math quickly here in my head here. It's about $36 off the price right now.
I'm so bad at it.
When you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and then you'll go ahead and land right on Mindy's page right here, and you'll be able to find her package. So just go ahead and scroll. You'll see the place she has going. You can see the records from Mindy. She's been really on fire here. And of course, you'll find here the plays she has for today in orange, which are the one-day passes. The stuff in orange is profit guarantee, must turn a profit, where the amount is credited back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Also, the stuff in yellow are the longer-term passes. They're not profit guarantee because they're sold at a discount. So if you want to go long-term, look at one of these yellow packages here. And of course, that 7-day pass here for the busiest week of the fall is probably the best way to go because remember, we got all these holiday tournaments of college hoops, all this NHL, NBA, the Thanksgiving Day NFL, and of course the remainder of the NFL card here for Sunday, as well as Monday, right? Here we are on a Tuesday, so we got the Monday Night Football covered for you as well, and all the college football here coming up here as well. Big card Friday and Saturday. And the Egg Bowl, we'll see how that rolls with all the coaching drama in the news. Lane Kiffin always seems to get his name in the news. It just every year his name's always got to be in the news for something.
Carousel.
He just loves to get his attention. He just loves the attention. He just can't wait till the season's over. We just got to let everybody know now. So there you go. So get on board with Mindy on over at Tony's Picks, and of course use that promo code TonyT at checkout. As we mentioned, that'll save you 20% off. And as I said, Mindy's on a roll right now, so just go ahead and get signed up to the longer term pass. And you'll be covered here for this fall week, feast week, which is the busiest week here of the fall. All right, Mindy, we've also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Mindy with a lot of content there, as well as that morning steam show with you and Ramon, Saturday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, the only coaching change I might be interested in is what's going to happen, on Saturday, perhaps? Maybe the Huskers will find out what direction they're going to go with their next coach, I would assume. If it's not, I guess, Friday night. They like to get that out right away. But yeah, everything's going good here on Tony'sPicks.com. And so in order to get more picks, you can go ahead and get over to our Twitter account at Tony's Picks Mindy. You can find even more than game day picks, even more than the morning steam. You can find some more over there. We have more picks in college basketball today. So get over there, go ahead and, click the follow button. It's real easy. Then go ahead and, retweet. And then go ahead and click the notifications button so you get these picks every day when we put them out. Usually come out around 1 o'clock Central Standard Time or so. So again, you can find a little bit of everything that you like. And then on the morning steam, we had another great show this morning. We went over those Friday games and the MACtion for college football. Also went over, the little card in NHL and the little tiny card in the NBA here today as well. Plus college basketball, we went through 6 games. I think we have 2 that have already started, so you still have some that you can go ahead and take a look at here today. And again, if you're ever, wanting just a particular game, you can usually type that name in, the morning steam, and then boom, it pops up right for you. So you can see how me and Ramon put our brains together and come up with some more awesome picks for you. So thanks, Tony. We're having a good time, doing the show, and we love our loyal followers over there.
That's right. Great follow there on the morning team. So check it out with Mindy and Ramon, 9 a.m. Eastern time. It is Saturdays through Thursday here on our YouTube channel as well as Twitter. And check out Mindy on Twitter, Tony Speaks Mindy. And of course, get signed up for long-term passes. She's been on fire. Right, Mindy? Continue that great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow yet. Not quite Thanksgiving yet.
I know, not quite. We'll getting close. You got
it. It feels like this week's a whirlwind because, you have family in and everything's getting together. You got to go buy all your food. My mom's got me making potatoes and pies and stuff today. It's crazy.
It's crazy today, no doubt. All right, Mindy, have a great one. Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us to get the best numbers here on this with these picks. Let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Next up is Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's bring in Ramon right now. Ramon, what's happening?
I don't know, Tony. It's barely afternoon out here, and Mindy's already 3-0.
I know.
That's holiday college basketball. You can get hot early and be on your way and have a great day. I mean, don't sleep on it.
Nope, I know that's with this we got these games here at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Those games on Flow Sports, which I don't subscribe to because I'm not going to pay $30 for very little content a month from that service. But anyway, tonight we're looking something ESPN2 is pretty reasonable there. I will tell you that right now. But anyway, tonight 7 Eastern time we have Temple taking on Richmond here. This is game 2, first game of that Barclays tournament there. Temple here -1, total 135.
Yeah, this is the de facto consolation, actually, from yesterday's results. Richmond lost that game to Syracuse, 74-71 in overtime. In overtime last night, make note of that. Took a little extra energy from Richmond. They ended up losing that game. Mindy and I did score with the over, despite the perception of the Syracuse zone. She talked about that game. Richmond did end up shooting 13 of 31 from 3-point range. A little bit of good defense from 3-point range, but that was a pretty okay night shooting from Richmond. They also had 20 offensive rebounds in that game. So, for Temple, they're coming in. They lost to St. John's 78-72. They gave up 78 points on Monday. They did shoot 44%, including 33% from 3-point range. Temple has some decent results so far. They beat Villanova 68-64, beat Rutgers 72-66. I'm looking for this one to have some points scored tonight, Tony. Look, it's a reasonable total of 133 in this one. So, it's virtually a pick'em, so you have an implied total here for Temple of about 67 points or so, but they're averaging 74 points and allowing about 74 points so far. And Temple has 4 double-digit scores, including sophomore Damian Dunn, averaging 21 points a game so far, shooting 57%, 46% from 3-point range. They also have Khalif Battle, 16 points a game, Jamil Reynolds, 15 points a game. So they have some scorers so far. They're also pretty solid from the free throw line, near top 15 in the country so far. So 4 out of the 5 games so far Temple's played, they've been able to score, over their implied total here tonight. So, I kind of look for them possibly to get near 70 or more points. Why not? Same for Richmond. They're averaging 70 points so far this season. Despite going just 2-3 to the over so far, so they have an implied total of about 66 points, and they're averaging 70 points and allowing 65. So they've scored 66 points in 4 of their 5 games so far. They have Isaiah Bigelow. Mention him just because he's scored in double digits 4 times this season, including a pretty solid game last night. But Tyler Burton leads the team with 18 points a game. Jason Nelson, 13 points per game. So we'll note that Richmond is 2-0 to the over as an underdog, and Temple's 2-0 to the over as a favorite. And you have Temple here just a slight favorite. I don't know if you want to throw them out because there's just a 1.5 point favorite or so, but certainly those are numbers that you might want to consider, and that's what I'm going to consider as I go over 133 tonight in that Empire Classic consolation game. I see these teams averaging over their implied totals tonight, so Richmond coming off an overtime game, maybe a little extra effort in that Syracuse game will fatigue them just a little bit. And Temple certainly has given up some points this season, as well as being able to average over that implied total by, a good 6 or 7 points. So I have it going over tonight, Tony. Maybe a little contrarian, but I'm taking over 135. 135 I see in Richmond Temple. That's fine.
Yeah, that's steamed. This is one of the games that's steamed here.
Well, of course.
Right before the start of the show, we're seeing 135s. We've already seen a 136 in Vegas. We're seeing 135s, 135 and a half. So this was a mover here.
No, you know that I don't have a problem, but that might make some people balk on that. But for me, I'm going to trust that move right there for sure. Trust that market move. That's more my style when I see a game where maybe the perception of the two teams would indicate an under. For me, if I see the move go my way and it is steam, I'm all about that. So let's continue to go over in this game tonight.
Over 135. It's 135 in most places. Actually, 136 in the sharpest book in downtown Las Vegas. So get that number before it even moves even more. Over 135. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern Time, ESPN2. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpeaks.com for today's action. So, in great results in the NHL as well. We mentioned how great season Ramon has had on many of the sports. NHL has been over 3,000 units, 1,700 units of profit, as well as NBA. College football, 1,154 units of profit. It's been great work from Ramon across all sports here for 2022. Tonight we got a few from the NBA. We got some action up there. We got a few from the NHL, as well as still lots to go from college hoops. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm following in Mindy's shoes, but I mean, college basketball presents so many opportunities, Tony. You see already Mindy rolling out of bed with victories, really. So that's where I'm headed. It's all about college hoops with me tonight. Right now, I've got nothing else but college hoops. I've got a 5-pack tonight on the board. I've got a 3-pack tonight on the early evening card. I'm coming at you with 8 more plays tonight in college basketball. Looking to bounce back a little bit after last night, but you see the numbers there. Pretty solid numbers so far. So get with me on a couple of packages tonight. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and let's roll tonight in college basketball. I'm not even sure I'll get anything together. Look, it was funny, all 4 NBA games have major stars out for a lot of people. Not necessarily for me. I like to dig a little deeper when major stars are out, but that's not the reason why I've necessarily laid off the card tonight. But you basically have the top player in each game missing the game tonight in those 4 NBA games. So a little bit a bummer right there, especially for the fans that come to see those teams play. But nothing so far in the NBA, nothing necessarily on the ice. It's all about college hoop tonight, Tony.
Right, Ramon in action here with that college basketball. So get on board right now. Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. The college basketball Tuesday night 5-pack is on the board right now, so get on board there. Also, Ramon with an evening 3-pack here from College Hoops, so get on board there with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. So those 2 passes he has. Yeah. But again, the way Ramon has been running, you may consider a 7-day all sports pass. Again, this is the busiest week of the fall, no doubt about that. Lots going on. you may consider that 7-day all sports pass. Get all Ramon's premium plays here for 7 days. Includes all his NFL, includes all his college basketball. It also includes all of Ramon's plays here from the World Cup, if he's in action in the World Cup. So great time to get on board. And MMA also in action with MMA come up, a really good weekend. That 7-day all sports pass is a great value there. So you can get on Ramon Scott. With that, you could use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save 20% off when you go over to Ramon's handicapper page and you sign up for that 7-day all sports pass, which is right here, that weekly all sports pass. So good time to get on board with that. And of course, you could use this promo code here, TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and then when you land right on Ramon's page, and you'll be able to see all of his premium picks. You'll see his records here on the top, which have been fantastic. Get into his 3-packs and as well as into his longer-term passes, and you want to definitely get on board with that 7-day pass. A really good value right now, especially here. We are in the busiest week of the fall with all the football. You don't want to miss any of the Thanksgiving football, college football, NFL, and more. Remember, that goes through Monday, so Monday Night Football is also in play with that 7-day all sports pass. All right, Ramon will also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. A lot of content there. And of course, you and Mindy with that morning steam, a lot of content produced today on the show.
Yeah, thanks for the promo, Tony. Want to mention on those, the 5-pack and the 3-pack, there are no duplicate games in there. Love for you to get both packages if you'd like, but if you want a smaller package, the 3-pack, the larger packs, the 5-pack, there are no duplicates in those 2 packages. So if you're looking for some high volume, yeah, get one of the longer term packages that Tony mentioned, or buy both packages tonight, get you 8 plays for the evening action. And make sure maybe team me up with Mindy right now, the way she's going with her college basketball. Yeah, Tony got another pick for you over there at Tony's Picks Ramon on Twitter. Going to pick up a double-digit favorite tonight. You could guess. There's several of them out on the board, or you could just log on to Twitter and go over to Tony's Picks Ramon and find out which double-digit favorite I'm laying tonight in college basketball. And, yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow with the morning steam. I talk about how well I've done so far in college hoops. Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but still sitting in the green. But if you add up my personal record on my premium picks and our picks over with Mindy, where we're off to a pretty good start in college basketball, you'll find that that's over close to 62% so far, if you include my personal premium picks and our consensus picks. I think that's fair, Tony. I can count those if I want, right? I mean, we came together, we came to our consensus on that. So I can include that in my little notes, at least, for the record, to show that we're clicking on the picks over there with the morning steam. We'll be back tomorrow with more picks. We're going to go over the Thanksgiving football games tomorrow in preview, because we'll be off on Thanksgiving, certainly. And we want to look at those big 3 games on Thursday, and we'll talk about the other sports as well tomorrow, because a lot of heavy cards tomorrow in hockey and basketball, because they're gearing up for a little break. NBA takes a day off, certainly. So make sure you follow our show, watch our show right here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Our audience continues to grow, and it just astounds Mindy and I at the end of the show every day that we have so many viewers. It seems like only a trickle to a certain extent, but to see how far we've come in just a couple of months, it really makes us stoked to have all those, all the fam, if you will, Team Steam in there, Tony. So that's the fun part about that show. And that's what keeps us coming back every day right now, are those people in there. And, we like being with you, like being on your channel and all, but we didn't know we were going to get so attached to these people.
Yep, very good following there from Ramon and Mindy on the morning steam. So check it out. Saturday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, so when they're on, you're there live with them to get the best numbers from the picks they give out on the morning steam. Of course, follow at Ramon at Tony's Picks Ramon with those picks there as well. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
You got it, Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications, as mentioned before, to be live with us to get these best numbers here on the show. Let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. It is now time here for my pick. Have a pretty good week here with the plays here on this show. Let me put the game card up for today. We got Miami, Ohio taking on Ball State here. This one here on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. That's why there's too much more action. Too much college basketball to have action. So they put them on the Plus. Only 2 games this week from action for that reason. So we're going to be looking in this one. We're going to be looking at the underdog here, Ball State here at plus the 2.5 here against Miami. Oh, it's kind of a game where if you win, you become bowl eligible. You don't go to a bowl. Let me clarify some things. In MAC Conference, in Conference USA, in Mountain West, in Sun Belt, those 4 conferences, you really got to get the 7 wins, because you are likely going to get teams from these conferences usually get snubbed with 6 wins, and coaches know that. So the 6-win teams, don't just pencil them in as bowl eligible. They got to get to 7 in those smaller conferences, because we see it every year. Not every year. Sometimes you get those teams with those 5 and 7 records get in, but when there's a surplus of bowl teams, guess who they're chopping off? They're chopping off those 6-win teams from the MAC, the Sun Belt, Conference USA, and Mountain West. So those coaches all know about it. They're always looking for that 7th win. So keep an eye on that when you're looking at these 6-win teams in action. Remember, they got to get to 7 to get in a bowl game, because a 7-win team will go in a bowl game before any 6-win team. So just remember that. That's how it's laid out in the bowls. So keep an eye on that. But both teams 5 and 6. They need a win to become bowl eligible. Doesn't mean they'll get in, but again, they'll get to bowl eligible with the win here. And in this one, as we said, we're going to be looking here at the Ball State Cardinals here plus the 2.5 points here. Big situation. Paddock seems to be in the better quarterback form right now. 60% completion rate for the year, 5.8 yards per attempt. Would like that a little higher, but is coming off a pretty good performance last week in there. And of course, the situation here with the Miami is definitely the quarterback situation. I would have preferred Gabbard in here. I like Gabbard over Avion Smith, but for some reason, Gabbard just has not been able to see the field here last week. And again, looks like Avion Smith looks like will be the starter again this week, and he's not an accurate passer. Just 51% completion rate. Gabbard's been dealing with injuries, and again, also too, the concern here is the Red Hawks' current defensive form, because even though they beat Northern Illinois last week, they did not look good in that win. They gave up a lot of rushing yards here to that Huskies team last week, and that was a concern to me here, as they gave up 4.5 yards per rush in that one. I should say the Miami O team did in that game against Northern Illinois. They gave up 6.5 yards per rush to the Huskies in that game. Huskies ran all over them, so I'm a little nervous about that Red Hawks team. So I'm going to be looking here at Balls, especially with the Red Hawks defensive form and the fact that it's Avion Smith over Gabbard at quarterback, and Gabbard coming off a 48% completion rate against a Northern Illinois team that was pretty much out of bowl picture. So we'll look here with the plus 2.5 here with the Ball State. Hey guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com right now. Coming off a 2-0 day, I've got plays right now here. I got a best bet here from college football as well as college basketball, so get on board with that. Also, my long-term passes will serve you well with a 3, 7, or 30 L sports pass. But here we are in the busiest week of the fall. Why don't you just go ahead and get my 7-day All Sports Pass, get all my premium plays here for 7 days. Of course, we're going to be heavy into football as well as college football as we approach the end of the regular season here in college football. We still have this week, and we have championship week next week, but get all my college football plays for this week. I'm doing really well in college football, NFL over the past 30 days, so get on board there. You can see my best bets are on the board right now here from from college basketball and college football on the board. Of course, my longer term passes we would consider here with my 7-day monthly passes up there featured. My 7-day passes on the bottom right here. This is the busiest week of the fall, so get the 7-day pass. Then use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link in the description, then click on the All Cappers tab, and then you land on my page. And when you land on my page, it'll just look just like this. And you start here on the top of it, and you can scroll down and see my best bets. The stuff in orange are profit guarantee 1-day passes. The 1-day passes are profit guarantee, meaning they must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credited back in your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. The stuff in yellow are longer term passes, not profit guaranteed, because they're sold at a greater discount. And so we'll get on board with there as it looks like France just pushed across another goal. So 4-1 France. France, 2 goals in the second half, are extending their lead here against Australia. So those of you that had France plus 2.5, you're looking good. If you had France plus 1.5, you're looking good. France up big now on Australia, 4-1 in the 71st minute of play. All right, let's continue on here with game day picks. Now it's time to do the recap. Let's recap the plays from today's show. All right, let's put them up right now for you. Right now we had Mindy with St. John's laying 3.5 against Syracuse. Ramon was on Richmond Temple over 135. Hurry up and get that number. You can still find that number in all the legal and offshore books, but the sharp book in downtown Las Vegas has that right now at 136. So all probably the sharpest players in Las Vegas play at that book there. So keep an eye. That line may go up, so you better hurry up and get that number before it moves up. I'm on Ball State plus 2.5 here against the Miami, Ohio team. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Game Day Picks, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in from Tony'sPicks.com, and they'll give out live free picks for the games in primetime. Also want to make note of our podcast. Every pick in podcast form available on all major platforms. Just search Tony's Picks. And for those of you that are commuting home or make that long commute for the holidays, get all our picks via podcast form on Tony's Picks, when it's more safer to listen than it is to watch the videos. Or more convenient too. If you're at the gym, driving, walking, whatever you like to do, you just want to relax in the backyard, indoors, outdoors, listen to the podcast, Tony's Picks Podcast. Full all shows and each individual pick in podcast form there. So check it out right there. All right, that'll do it for this show. For today, let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today. We're going to wave goodbye to guys. You guys have a great evening, afternoon.